Hi Scorpio, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month we have a new moon eclipse on December 4th in Sagittarius. Mars moves into Sag on December 13th. Venus goes retrograde on December 19th. We have a full moon in Gemini on December 18th. And Neptune goes direct at the beginning of the month on the 2nd. So let's see what the cards say for you for love and relationships for the month of December 2021. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for December 2021? What is coming up for Scorpio? December 2021. How is Scorpio finishing out the year? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for December 2021? The Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Star, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Judgment, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords. So you're starting this month out with love, a proposal of love. The Knight of Cups is a romantic proposal. And the Three of Cups, this is like parties, celebration, getting together with people. So I think that December is going to be a very social month for you, where you're going to be surrounded by friends and supportive energy. And there's also a love offer with the Knight of Cups. So one very romantic. It could be a very romantic month for you. The Star card is in the past. So the Star is like you've had this dream or this goal. It's like you've wanted this a love relationship, or you've had this dream or goal in your mind, and it's been a long time coming. And you have this Seven of Pentacles here in the recent past. So that's about kind of planting seeds and waiting to see what's going to develop. But all the while you've had this vision or this dream that you wanted to manifest in love, in a relationship. And I feel that, and you've been taking action. You have the Ace of Swords here. That's about, not only is the Ace is about a new beginning or a new way of thinking, but it's also, it has this warrior energy where you say, you know what, I know what I want and I'm going to take action to get it. I'm not going to just sit on the sidelines and wait for it to come to me. I'm going to take action. I'm going to be proactive. So you've been doing things, especially because you have the Judgment card here. You have really been working on yourself, realizing like, I know my life is not going to change unless I do something, unless I change within. So you've been working on changing some bad habits or some, getting into a healthier lifestyle, healthier way of thinking even. And it's starting to show. It's starting to, things are starting to happen. You have the Hierophant here in the future with the Eight of Wands. The Hierophant is, it's a card of tradition and like a conservative kind of energy. Sometimes it could be a little bit of a stubborn energy. So you could be dealing with someone who is stubborn. Sometimes it has Taurus energy in it. So that could be, you're dealing with an earth sign. Or you could be dealing with someone who is very stable, who's been around for a long time, has a lot of wisdom to offer, because the Hierophant is the priest. It's the counterpart to the High Priestess. In some decks, it's called the Pope. So it's someone who's very wise, who's been around a long time, who has a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom to share. So you could be dealing with someone like that. The other thing is that this is about commitment, about following a traditional path. So you're not looking for, friends with benefits. You're looking for a commitment. You're looking for a solid, steady relationship. And you have the Eight of Wands here. This is the card of news coming in. the arrows of love. Sometimes it could represent travel, journey by air. But I feel, especially with this Knight of Cups energy, if feelings are developing and they're happening, things are moving quickly. Things are going to be moving quickly. If you have feelings for someone, you may be getting messages or news coming in where someone's letting you know how they feel, letting you know that they're not just playing around. They want something serious, something solid. They want a traditional, solid, serious relationship. Possibly that could even lead to marriage someday. You may be a little bit freaked out by the speed of the way things are going, because sometimes things happen really quickly with the Eight of Wands, and so you may feel like, well, I want to just take things slow. But so if in the past you felt like it's taking forever for me to meet someone or to have a relationship that leads to a commitment, and you've been waiting for something to happen, I feel like something is happening this month, and things are going to speed up. You have the Five of Cups here. This is a card of regret or focusing on losses. So you might be looking back to the past and thinking about the relationships that didn't work out, and maybe crying over spilt milk like the ones that got away, because this is in your negative thinking sector. But what you're not seeing is that there's two cups here. So you're not looking at what you have now. You're kind of still focused on what you've lost in the past. Maybe you're trying to compare this situation with some past situation so that you don't make the same mistakes. But you really need to get out of the past and focus on what's coming up, because there's positive energy. Things are changing, and you're going to have the ability to manifest a dream. And it's because of the actions you're taking now, and it's because of the work that you're doing on yourself, that your life is changing, because you have the Judgment here. Now, sometimes the Judgment in this position could represent the other person's feelings. So if you're in a relationship, it could represent how the other person feels. If that's the case, the Judgment can represent someone who feels like they're reborn. They're coming back to life. Judgment is about rebirth, coming out of the ashes. Like they might have been, it's like waking up and having an awakening and realizing, you know what, I need to make changes in my life. I need to take better care of myself. I need to change the way I think, change what I do. So you're not the only one going through changes. It could also be the person that you're with that's going through a lot of changes as well. The Judgment just represents, like I have to change my life. I have to stop repeating the pattern. And so whoever is represented by this Judgment card, it could be you or your person. You have to forgive the past. You have to, because like with this card with the Five of Cups, you're dwelling on spilt milk or things that have happened in the past, and you need to kind of release it. You need to look at it, forgive it, make changes, whatever changes you need to make, and then release it and forgive anyone from your past so that you're not holding on to that energy. The Judgment comes up when you either change jobs or you change, you can move. You're making some major changes. You're taking action. You're not waiting for things to happen. The Wheel of Fortune is in your wish fulfillment sector. So that's another change that's happening, change of luck. If you were going through a difficult time in a relationship or in your life even, looking for love, now things are suddenly changing. So like the wheel has turned, because nothing lasts forever. The good times get replaced by, it's hills and valleys. So if you have been going through a difficult time, things are going to start to change. Now, the Nine of Wands is one of the outcome cards. And what that can represent, it represents the struggle and coming to the end of the struggle. You're coming to the end of the line. So you may have been struggling with an issue for a while, almost feeling like giving up. The Nine is saying, I've been trying to get this, I've been trying to find love, or I've been trying to make a relationship work, and I just feel like nothing's happening. And I just feel like I want to give up. But the message of the Nine is you're so close. If you just give it that last effort, you can achieve everything you wanted to achieve. The Nine of Wands, because then the next card is the 10. When you get to the 10, then you're putting down the burden. You're finishing the karma, kind of. It's like the end of a cycle of struggle. And you can then, relax a little bit. So you're kind of like, you're almost at the top of the mountain. You just have a little bit more ways to go. And it's been a struggle. Another way, the Nine of Wands can represent thinking that something was over, that like you may have had an issue in a relationship and you thought you worked things out, and then it comes back to be revisited. So something that you thought was over may not be over. So you may have one more round to deal with before you finally put it to bed. So if there was a situation where you have to defend yourself, where you have to state your position and fight for what you want, there could be a little bit of a battle where you're standing up for what you believe in, standing up for what your rights. But I don't think that it's negative. I think that you're on the winner's side. You're getting close to your goal. You just have to not give up, basically, because news is coming in really quickly. You're getting an offer. An offer is coming in. It could be an offer of love. There's going to be party, celebration, the Three of Wands. Sometimes the Three of Cups can be, a proposal of love that leads to like an engagement or a commitment or some kind of, even a birth. Sometimes the Three of Cups can lead to birth. Whatever it is, it's like a party or a celebration. So someone could even invite you. If someone's interested in you, if you're at the beginning stages of a relationship, they can invite you to some kind of party or celebration where you're going to be around a bunch of people. And because the Three of Cups is a very social card. It's also, threes are cards of birth or the results of your efforts. So it doesn't always have to be a physical birth. It could just be like, I've put my energy into this and now I'm reaping the results. I'm getting I'm getting back what I expected to get from my effort. So there are going to be results. There are going to be, you're going to get, you have a good chance of getting what you want. There could also be some career things happening here because you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant. There could be news. If you're dealing with a job, you could be connecting with a company that's been around for a long time. If you're looking for a new job, news could be coming in too, and they may want you to start right away. So there could be a lot of changes coming up. But mostly for love, I think it's on. I think that you have decided, you've made decisions on how to change your life, and you're feeling stronger, you're feeling more capable, and your needs are changing. So maybe whatever you may have wanted a few months ago has changed, and now you want something different because you're changing within. And there's love here. Love is coming in. It could even be from someone that maybe left because they didn't think that this was right or you were right, or they needed to find themselves somewhere else. And now they're coming back because they want love. Like, it's almost like, and it could even be you, your feelings, like maybe you've experimented with different types of relationships, let's say, and they left you not giving you what you needed. And now you're realizing what's important. Like, I want to be with someone that I feel love, where I feel safe, where I feel that this person is reliable and loving. And that's what you're looking for. And you can have it. You can have it. And the only thing I'm getting here is things might be happening really quickly and it might freak you out a little bit. But you have the Star, you have the Three of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. So the changes that you're making are good ones. And I think it's going to bring you closer to this Star energy where you get, a wish fulfillment, a hope or a dream is fulfilled. And it's really because the only thing that's stopping you is maybe regret about the past or thinking about a past lover. So you might want to let go of the past or put it to bed and welcome this new energy coming in. So now, let's see what the astrology has to say. So you've got this new moon eclipse, this total eclipse, in your second house. That's the house of money, self-worth, what do I value? So you're changing in a big way, your thoughts about what's important to you, what do you value? Mercury is close to this moon. in Sagittarius. It's also, and Sagittarius has to do with your belief system too. What do I believe is possible? What do I have faith in? What have I been taught to believe? And maybe I'm changing my thoughts, changing my beliefs. Uranus is in your 7th house, and it's aspecting this new moon eclipse in a very strong way. It's an inconjunct aspect, so it's a little difficult. It's getting you out of your comfort zone. So you may attract a partner that's kind of free-spirited and a little different from the type you normally would go with. Get you out of your comfort zone, but it's very exciting at the same time. And it might be that sometimes with the new moon eclipse, things happen really quickly. And there could be endings and new beginnings happening simultaneously. And it kind of pushes up your timeline so that you have to make quick decisions. So I feel like there's going to be a quick decision coming up in the future because of news coming in, messages coming in. And that could have to do with money, a financial situation, like a job offer. But it could also be a relationship, making a commitment. You have Venus and Pluto coming together in the 3rd house. That's very intense, Venus and Pluto. So it could be, and then you have Mars in your 1st house, which is sextile Venus and Pluto. So you're really taking action. You're being more assertive than you ever have in the past. You're going after what you want. Mars is in your sign, so it's very strong. When you have Mars in your sign, it gives you energy. It gives you the drive and the courage to take action, to get what you want. And so there could be an intense love relationship when Venus and Pluto come together through, like in your local environment, like you're running around town, you meet someone, or through your friends or your relatives. If Venus and Pluto, you could be having a power struggle with a female relative, a sister, brother, aunt, uncle. If it's a relationship, a romance, it could be someone that you're meeting locally. So it's not like someone at a distance, it's someone nearby. And there could be really intense feelings, intense emotions. Venus and Pluto are, you're going deep with this person, and especially in Capricorn. The Capricorn energy builds something that lasts, but it's very powerful. The feelings that are involved are very powerful. Mars is squaring Jupiter in your 4th house. So you want to make sure you're not going over the top with something that relates to your home. If you're spending money, if you're looking to buy a new home or get a new home, Jupiter gives you luck and opportunity. If you're thinking about making changes to your home, just don't overspend, or you may want to take your time to think about it, because Venus is going to be going retrograde this month, and a lot of times when Venus goes retrograde, you may change your mind about certain things concerning, beauty or cosmetics, or like especially if you're decorating. So you don't want to make any major decisions while Venus is in retrograde about either love or money or decorating or beauty. Don't get any cosmetic surgery. Just, ride it out. If you have to go back and fix something, Venus will go retrograde around the full moon. So we have this full moon happening on the 18th. And that's happening in your 2nd house, and it's happening in your 8th house, but it's affecting your 2nd house as well, because the sun's in the 2nd house, the moon's in the 8th house, and it's trining Jupiter. So there could be some financial abundance coming in, and you may want to spend it either fixing up your house or getting a new house. You're just feeling more optimistic around the home. Your home seems brighter, more cheerful. If you're looking to buy a house, this is a great time to find a perfect place to live if you're planning on moving, because Jupiter brings opportunity and abundance. Venus is also aspecting Jupiter from the 3rd house, Venus and Pluto. So it could be that someone could be helping you out financially. Mercury's in the 3rd. It's trining Uranus in the 7th, so you could be getting unexpected message that it could be an intense love affair coming through people your family, or your local environment, your friends, your neighborhood. let's see, Mars is in the second. When Mars is in the second house, at this point Mars has moved into Sagittarius. So it's going to go from the first house at the beginning of the month, and then Mars is moving into Sag at the middle of the month on the 13th, just before the new moon, the full moon. When Mars moves into the second house, you're really going to be focused on making money. You may have some expenses may come up, and you're thinking, I need more money. I have to think of ways to bring in more income. Mars also, wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is focused. So the second house is also, what do I value? My self-esteem. Am I getting what I deserve? Am I getting what I'm worth? If you're not getting what you think you deserve, you're going to be fighting for it when Mars is there. So, but I think you're going to be fine because Jupiter is forming a positive aspect to the moon. Some financial situation is going to come to a closure or a completion at the end of the month at this full moon on the 18th. So if you're like getting some kind of raise or promotion, or you're getting a new job, you could even get support from a partner. So if you're connecting with someone, this person may be offering financial support. So it could be an inheritance, an insurance payout, even a win at some type of gambling thing, because Jupiter rules gambling. Not to say you should go out and go over the top with buying lotto tickets, but it could happen. That money comes to you not through the job that you're doing, but through other sources, like a partner's income, or some kind of bank insurance payout, or bank loan, tax refund, any kind of thing like that. That's what the 8th house rules. But the other thing that the 8th house that the 8th house rules, I'm getting tongue-tied, is confronting your shadow, and it also means transformation through intimacy. So if you're involved in a relationship, if you get involved in a relationship where the feelings are really intense, the Venus-Pluto conjunction can transform your life in some way. Pluto has a transformative aspect. It's very powerful. It represents death and rebirth. So something within you, like a cycle within you, something about the way you're approaching love is changing on a deep level. And if, at this full moon, you could realize, what have I been doing to avoid intimacy in my life? And you may need to confront some of your deepest fears around intimacy. How have I been either afraid of love or afraid of getting close to someone? What have I been doing to block it? These things may come to the surface at this full moon, where you're going to finally see, okay, now I see what I've been doing. And you can overcome those blocks. And it could help your self-esteem. You could feel more confident, more secure at this time. So I think it's a good thing. Whatever's happening, I think you're going through some powerful transformation. Now, Mercury is also in Capricorn, and from the 3rd house, it's trining Uranus in the 7th. So you're going to be getting some surprise message that relates to either a relationship or a business partnership. What's important right now, though, while Mars is in your 2nd house, it's going to oppose the North Node. It's conjunct the South Node, and it's going to oppose the North Node in Gemini. So what it's telling you is, you have to break the pattern of the past and embrace the North Node, which is Gemini, which is about communication. Sagittarius, in the past, you could have had rigid ideas or beliefs about what was possible, what was not possible. So it's time to really open up and talk about things and explore possibilities. Not, to break your attachment to the past and past patterns, and move toward the Gemini energy, which is about communication, speaking up, talking about things that are very deep, that are deep wounds or deep shadow, to come to confronting the demon, really. Confronting the things that you have been afraid to face, afraid to talk about, for whatever reason. But it's through seeing it and talking about it and confronting it that you can release it. And so that it no longer controls you. Mars is activating you to feel more secure, to create a more, to transform, and to not be bound by the shadow, not be bound by fear, not be afraid of intimacy, not be afraid of a deep connection. So all those things are possible during this time. And Venus goes retrograde from December 19th to January 29th in Capricorn. And that's going to be in your third house. So you might be reconnecting with some people from the past, like relatives, brothers, because the third house is siblings. Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins. And conversations could get intense. If you have any issues that you need to resolve with these people, with Pluto there and with Venus there, you could have some intense moments with these. We are talking about deep things that go deep, things that can be very painful to talk about. But don't be afraid to confront those. Don't be afraid to communicate your feelings, because you can heal with the Pluto transit. You can transform. You could, be reborn, basically. And that's what this card is also about, the Judgment. It's about rising from the ashes of the past and having a new life, being reborn, being stronger, following a path that's, releasing that baggage and finding like the right path, finding freedom because you've decided to make changes and you've decided to confront the shadow within yourself and talk about, things with other people that maybe you've been sweeping under the rug, and so that you can heal. So I feel like you could heal your relationship with your relatives at this time. But it's through confronting your own shadow and your part and seeing, the role that you have played in whatever problems in relationships. Like you can't just blame the other person. You have to look at your part. And if you can do that, it's great. I mean, because you can really be freed from that and have a better relationship with these people. So there could be some surprises, especially, Venus, when it goes retrograde. Anything that goes retrograde, it's like looking at the past, revisiting the past, making it better, redoing something so that it can be better. So going back to maybe, how have I dealt with love in the past? Maybe going back to thinking about past relationships. Where did I go wrong? Or just evaluating them so that you could understand them better and then release them. Learn the lesson that they taught you and realize how they have shaped your life so that, to what you are today. And it's all about, making things better the second time around. So maybe you could reconnect if you've had a falling out with someone in your family. You could reconnect with that person and deal with the hurt and the pain, even if it goes deep. And it may go deep because Pluto's there. But you could finally heal it and rise above it. Come like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So I feel like this could be a very healing time for you in relationships, especially with family, with your close relatives. But it could also bring intense love at the same time. Love and intimacy. So I feel like you could be overcoming your fears about intimacy and forming a connection that is stronger than anyone that you've formed in the past, plus healing family relationships. You may have to go back to like your roots or your childhood to see where whatever has happened has prevented you from finding love, in your life because of some family problem. So once you can see that and heal that, then you are free and you can start this new life, this turn of the wheel and be reborn. So I feel that that's what's going to be happening for December. It's good. It looks good. Just things are going to be changing and moving fast. So get ready. So that's my forecast, Scorpio, for December. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, click on the like button. Click on the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated with you. Let me know what you think. If you'd like a private reading, you can click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. This is just a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone.